Three key aspects of the metaverse: presence, interoperability, and standardization. The metaverse is a digital platform that is slated to become the successor to the internet as it ushers in the next stage of technology. As a fully immersible 3D experience, the inner workings of the metaverse can get complex. With that said, there are three key aspects of the metaverse that allow it to work in the way it does. These aspects are presence, interoperability, and standardization. Each one has a unique and important job in allowing the metaverse to run. Without one, you won't get the other two. In order for the metaverse to run smoothly, all three aspects need to work together in unison. In this guide, we're going to explain each of the three key aspects and why they're important to the metaverse. What is presence and why does it matter? Presence, in regards to the metaverse, is the actual feeling of being within the virtual world. When you can physically feel your online presence, it's been shown to greatly improve the quality of your experience while online. To achieve that feeling of being present, it's easiest to use a VR headset to immerse yourself in the world. The same sentiment is true for anyone who likes playing games or interacting on social media outside of the metaverse. When we can feel the presence in a game with excellent graphics, it makes us want to play the game longer. When we post on social media and feel seen and heard, it makes us want to continue conversations with online friends. What is interoperability and why does it matter? The next aspect we're going to cover is interoperability. Interoperability refers to a person's ability to jump between virtual worlds with ease. Rather than changing digital assets within each world, interoperability allows you to jump through metaverses while using the same avatar and other digital items. There are a variety of applications that allow users to create an avatar to be used throughout hundreds of platforms. Some of these include Ready Player Me and Animes. These two apps not only allow you to create game characters, but you can also use your avatar in Zoom meetings. As far as the transferring of these digital assets goes, the process is typically carried out on the blockchain through the use of cryptocurrency or NFTs. What is standardization and why does it matter? The third and final key aspect of the metaverse is standardization. Standardization is what enables interoperability within the platforms across the metaverse and beyond. In retrospect, you can't have interoperability without standardization. When it comes to standardization in the metaverse, standards are created by the Open Metaverse Interoperability Group. The group's mission is to bridge virtual worlds by designing and promoting protocols for identity, social graphs, inventory, and beyond. With a world as large as the metaverse is designed to be, having standards is important to ensure smooth operation. Why is the metaverse important? Within the global tech industry, the metaverse has been talked up to be the successor to the internet. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill, so who builds it and how the metaverse is built is integral to ensuring it can live up to the expectations we're putting on it. While the metaverse isn't the fully immersive oasis we want it to be yet, spending as much time as possible ensuring it runs smoothly is essential. After all, what are we supposed to do if we rush to the process and the entire world crashes as a result? As the next in line to the throne after the internet, the metaverse is important for a myriad of reasons, from connecting with friends and family to revolutionizing medicine. 4 ways the metaverse will change the workplace. Although the modern definition of the metaverse is a long way from becoming a full reality, there are a number of ways this new technology will transform the workplace as a whole. As the research and development for the metaverse are constantly improving, we can already make predictions of how far this technology can go. Advances in workplace structure are integral to ensuring a business or corporation can keep up with the ever-evolving world. When it comes to the metaverse, there are workplace changes both large and small that will occur over time, from the restructuring of meetings and conferences to the eventual use of robotic surgeons. The opportunities are vast. In this guide, we're going to explain 4 ways the metaverse will significantly change the workplace. The structure of meetings and conferences. Of the four ways we'll cover today, the restructuring of work meetings and conferences is likely to be the first to roll in. Imagine a time in the nearby future. You're at home, still in your pajamas, and you have a work meeting starting in 10 minutes. If this were today, you'd likely be feeling frazzled and trying to make a half-ditch effort to look presentable without being late. However, a meeting held within the Metaverse would show your avatar instead of your physical self. What that means is that you wouldn't need to worry about trivial things like work clothes or washing your hair. Instead, you can focus on the important parts of the meeting from the comfort of your own home. Now, if you think about it, this change is a win-win for everyone. Job creation. The next pivotal change we want to cover is what job creation is going to look like when the Metaverse comes around. In the same vein as the Metaverse changing how existing jobs are structured, it's also going to create a plethora of new jobs as help will be needed in designing computers, databases, and other things to help the Metaverse run. In addition to that, a Metaverse with virtual shopping experiences will require the hiring of virtual customer service workers to help customers choose and purchase their items while in the Metaverse. Changes in military training. For people in the military, Microsoft has already partnered with the US Army to create a VR military training experience. The tech company is currently in the process of creating headsets that will show soldiers where they are, while also projecting holographic images, 3D terrain maps, and a compass, all within their field of vision. The premise of these exercises is that the trainees will be looking at the terrain from an enemy's viewpoint. Along with that, they can also see where their other platoon members are, and are going to be designed to see through bad weather. These hyper-realistic training scenarios will allow soldiers to get combat training without risking serious injury during the training process. The final concept we want to mention comes from the medical field in regards to robotic surgeries. With the Metaverse, surgeons will have the opportunity to train on how to remotely perform a surgery. Instead of being in the operating room, the surgeon can access the Metaverse and control the movements of a robotic surgeon within the OR. This concept is revolutionary in the medical field, but it's worth noting that this type of change won't happen for a very long time. Not only do medical professionals need to train in this specialized practice, but adequate risk assessment needs to be done before this type of project could be approved. 5 companies investing in the Metaverse. Spend a few minutes anywhere in the global tech market and you're likely to hear mention of the Metaverse. While the term itself isn't a new one, the technology behind Metaverse is revolutionary. From changing the way we socialize with each other to finding new ways to enjoy far-off places, the Metaverse is the next big thing in technology. With that said, not every company is fancy with the technology yet. Despite this, there are a number of global brands that have embraced the idea of change and innovation and have already started the research and development process for the Metaverse. From global tech companies like Meta itself to gaming companies like Epic Games, there's no telling just how expansive the Metaverse will be. In this guide, we will highlight 5 global tech brands that are leading the way in Metaverse research and development. Meta. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, is leading the way in Metaverse research and development. Meta changed its name from Facebook in 2021 as a way to usher in a new era of technology. Their role in development hopes to bring users and players into a vast network of 3D virtual worlds while also maintaining player identity. Metaverse, the company, is also working to create a supercomputer that can fully support the Metaverse. This supercomputer is slated to be created within the European Union in hopes to bring more jobs to the territory. Microsoft. Microsoft is currently working on a series of apps for the Metaverse on top of the Mesh platform. Along with that, the company is working to build an augmented reality chipset for the Metaverse with Qualcomm. The goal of this process is to provide access to new features as the technology develops. In terms of video gameplay within the Metaverse, Microsoft is working to update its AltSpace VR technology to create a safer place for users to play. Apple. Apple's role in the development of the Metaverse comes from the creation of a head-mounted system used for virtual meeting apps like Zoom. This technology will also incorporate the use of hand and arm movements to increase presence and help with in-meeting interaction. As one of the biggest tech companies currently out there, it should come as no surprise that Apple's large budget for research and development will be used within the metaverse. Roblox Corporation. The corporation behind the Roblox game is currently working to build a creator economy as well as offering an open gaming platform where users can build their own world. The popularity of this game in terms of the metaverse is that it's helping to build the business model for how the metaverse will operate. Along with the ability to create unique games and worlds within the platform, Roblox has also delved into the entertainment industry by hosting virtual concerts for a variety of popular artists. Epic Games. Epic Games, the company responsible for Fortnite, Battle Royale and other popular video games, has made it to the forefront of metaverse innovation. In fact, Epic Games announced in 2021 that it invested $1 million into the research and development of the metaverse. In addition to that $1 million investment, the gaming company has also invested funds into Spyro animation studios to help bring fantastical worlds and characters into the metaverse. Parting thoughts. The companies we covered here aren't the be-all and end-all of the metaverse. In fact, more big tech corporations are joining the ranks every day. With so many brilliant technical minds being used together, there's no question that the metaverse is going to be epic. 5 real-life examples of the metaverse. As the metaverse moves further through the stages of development, it's easy to feel a sense of excitement for what's to come. With that said, there are some real-life examples of the metaverse that you can participate in while the technology is still being developed. From gaming with your friends to attending a virtual concert by your favorite artist, the options for experiencing the metaverse are abundant. Among the most common real-life examples of the metaverse are gaming, social interaction, media and entertainment, virtual tourism, and the use of crypto and NFTs as currency. In this guide, we're going to explain how each of these examples ties into the metaverse. Metaverse gaming. For avid gamers, the metaverse serves as a virtual living room for interaction between teammates and friends. As more companies develop VR-based games, the ability to experience virtual fantasy worlds with other people is becoming more possible every day. In fact, some experts are saying that gaming is going to dominate AR/VR investments and will be the driving factor for the growth of the metaverse. As FPS games and other quest-based adventures are upgraded for modern technology, they pave a path for other games that can be developed within the metaverse. Social media interaction. Another real-life example of the metaverse comes from how we interact with peers on a day-to-day basis. With social media, it can be difficult to feel the emotion behind a post without the use of a bunch of emojis. However, the metaverse offers a new way to communicate with friends and family when they can't be there in person. A new kind of entertainment. Aside from gaming and social interaction, the metaverse also paves the way for a new way of enjoying media and entertainment. From virtual concerts to virtual TED Talks, the metaverse gives someone the ability to enjoy the media they love without the need to leave their own home. Not to mention, it may be more cost-effective in the long run too. Virtual tourism. Similar to the metaverse's role in revolutionizing media and entertainment, there's also a space for virtual tourism. While many may compare this technology to that of Google Street View, there is actually another VR tourism model that originated decades before Google did. The Aspen Movie Map was developed in 1979 by MIT and enabled users to take a computer-generated tour of Aspen, Colorado. This development was the first in terms of using VR to transport the user to a new place. For use within the metaverse, virtual tourism will allow users to tour hotel rooms and towns to plan for upcoming trips, go house hunting from their own couch, or scope out a new business before trying out their products. Commerce evolution. The fifth and final real-life example of the metaverse comes in the form of commerce. Once the metaverse officially launches, the virtual world will rely on NFTs and cryptocurrency to exchange goods and services. But you don't have to wait until the Metaverse launches to delve into the world of crypto. In fact, there are several websites out there that can help a person learn to navigate the blockchain and achieve success with cryptocurrency mining and trading. As far as commerce goes within the Metaverse, shop owners will be able to create a virtual shop with virtual items that will allow the customer to try them out before buying them at the physical location. Rather than following strict border rules and regulations when it comes to foreign currency, the Metaverse won't have the same restrictions as they would in a physical location. A brief history of the Metaverse. As technology continues to develop, so does our understanding of what the Metaverse is and how it works. What began as an abstract idea about binocular vision has become a fully developed way to experience an entirely new virtual reality. The Metaverse that we know of today, a fully immersive internet, isn't the same as the Metaverse originally thought of back in the 1800s. Unlike today's Web 3.0 technology, the Metaverse's beginnings can be traced back to a man named Sir Charles Wheatstone, who created an outline for a concept where two images, one for each eye, can be combined to make a singular 3D image. In this guide, we're going to outline the extensive history behind the Metaverse. From where it began to the Metaverse's future, we've got you covered. The beginning of the Metaverse. The beginning of the Metaverse is often attributed to the work of scientist Sir Charles Wheatstone. Although Wheatstone is known for inventing the concertina instrument and the Playfair cipher, his contribution to the Metaverse comes from his concept of binocular vision. This concept allowed him to invent the stereoscope, a device that allows you to observe 3D pictures by utilizing depth of field. The stereoscope is common technology still used today in things like X-rays and aerial photographs. Along with that, the technology from stereoscopes is also used in modern VR headsets. The development of this technology helped inspire Stanley Weinbaum to publish his novel Pygmalion Spectacles. In this literary work, the main character gets to explore and experience a fictional world by using a pair of goggles. Those goggles allowed the main character to use all 5 senses to experience the world around him. Around 2 decades after the novel was published, Morton Hellig created the Sensorama. The Sensorama was a machine that simulated what it would look and feel like to ride a motorcycle in Brooklyn. The invention combined 3D video with audio, visual, smells, and vibrational cues to give the user a fully immersive experience. A few years later, in 1960, Hellig patented the first head-mounted VR display. This type of display worked by combining stereoscopic 3D images with stereo sound. During the 1970s, MIT came up with the Aspen Movie Map. This VR experience enabled users to take a virtual tour of Aspen, Colorado, therefore bringing in the idea of transporting people to new places. How the Metaverse continues to grow. It wasn't until 1992 when Neil Stephenson's novel Snow Crash first introduced the term Metaverse. In this literary work, the Metaverse referred to an alternate reality that people could go to in order to escape the totalitarian regime they lived in. The early 90s saw the development of VR arcade machines, and in 1998, Sports Vision was the first to broadcast a live NFL game with a yellow field marker. It didn't take long for the idea of overlaying frames on top of live footage to spread among other sports channels and forms of media. In just over another decade, we saw the development and launch of the Oculus Rift VR headset by 18-year-old entrepreneur Palmer Luckey. With the Rift, we were introduced to a 90-degree field of vision and the use of computer processing power. In 2014, Facebook purchased the Oculus Rift, and shortly after, Sony and Samsung announced plans to follow suit on VR development. With Facebook changing its name to Meta in 2021, it's safe to say that their focus has shifted to shaping the future of the Metaverse as a whole.